best man. So, I figure I'll tell you a little bit about my experience growing up with Tyler. The first memory I have of Tyler comes at my Aunt Tammy's house. We were both fairly young, and I came out of the water. We were swimming at her beach. I came out of the water with a weird-looking leech on my leg. And I go over to Tyler because I'm thinking, oh, Tyler's gonna say something nice. Well, I go and ask him about the leech, and he says, "You're gonna die young." So that was my first memory of Tyler, and the first time he emotionally scarred me. Another thing I remember growing up with Tyler was one time I ate chicken food, and he started convincing me that I would lay an egg. I was on edge that night when I went to bed, not knowing what lay in store for me. I woke up the next morning to find a brown egg at my feet. I was petrified. I raced to Tyler to tell him about it. He finally told me last week he put it there. Now, the unfortunate truth is those are the only two young memories I have of Tyler where we didn't break something. And it was always Tyler's fault when something got broken. And it was always at the height of our fun. My stomach would start, I know I was having a good time, then my stomach would start turning. I knew something was gonna go wrong every time. My favorite memory of Reckless Tyler was, we were in our basement, and I don't remember why, but he was trying to reach the ceiling, and he stood up on a one-legged table. Unfortunately, the table broke in half, and so did everything on it. And we tried to glue it all back together, but Mom still fell out. Tyler was such a little reckless pain that whenever I did something stupid, Mom would call me Tyler. So, now I always thought Tyler would meet his wife at St. Mary's School for the Deaf and Blind, but however, he went and found Cindy in 7th grade at recording, and if I remember correctly, he started liking her that same year. But he never asked her out on a date. However, she did start showing up at little events. For example, he invited her to come to the county fair with us when he was probably in about 10th or 11th grade. Now, the interesting thing about that is he made her sit in the back seat with me. Number one, when you're trying to make a girl like you, you don't put her in the back seat. And number two, you don't put her next to the most eligible bachelor in Stearns County. Alright, now it's time for college. And Tyler and Cindy go their separate ways. This was a major growing point for Tyler. He surprisingly started to grow up a little bit. He became more responsible, caring, and probably most notably, his hairline receded.
Where'd that come from?
He really started getting into his faith in college, which was something I took note of and admired about him. And he became something I aspired to be like. I think a big reason for that is there was a lot of girls at the Newman Center. However, none of them proved to be the right girl. He finally took a shot at the right girl in the fall of 2015. I remember him telling me about asking Cindy out and that he wanted to take her out to eat and do something special afterward. His idea was to climb our big blue silo at the farm. Now, I remember being jealous of the idea and also critical. I knew the view up there was amazing, And I also knew that Cindy could fall off and splatter into a million pieces on the pavement below. So just in case, I had the skid loader ready and the manure spreader standing by. And thus, the night of November 23rd, 2015, or Operation Incendiary Force, was a success. Tyler came home that night with a ton of energy. The problem with that is he got home in the AM hours and I was trying to sleep. I asked him how it went and he was ecstatic, which annoyed me, so I flicked him off and rolled over and went to bed. However, in those brief moments that I actually paid attention, I knew something was different about him, and I didn't know it then, but that night would change his life forever. Tyler and Cindy started going on dates when they were able to. She became his best friend, his number one, and the only reason he showered more than once a week. Tyler and Cindy were fun to be around. They seemed to always be happy when they were together. Sometimes I would just be sitting around and heard a stampeding noise of Tyler chasing Cindy around the house. I remember thinking that they were a little big to be acting like 3-year-olds. After a while, it was pretty obvious that they would get married. And soon, August 11th, 2017 rolled around, also known as Operation Cinderblock. And Tyler risked Cindy's life once again by dragging her up the silo just so he could propose. That leads us to where we are now, celebrating these two wonderful people. They have set the example of what a happy and loving couple should look like. I just want to thank them for that. Here's a toast to forever after. Amen.